World leaders want to take ownership, control, authority over something that we've known for many, many years, that there are aliens, interdimensionals, that the government is going to expose the UFOs, the pizzazz and the lights and the flashy stuff that they're putting out there. Isn't it interesting how probably since written record, we have had knowledge of extraterrestrials. Okay, the information that defines an extraterrestrial or a UFO is so vague and interesting that it's literally laughable, because science is proving through quantum physics that reality is not just
a three-dimensional space
that we physically live in. We are starting to understand there's a spiritual and a mental realm, and realms where not just physical reality happen. So again, I'm gonna take another drink on that, because I'm celebrating. I'm celebrating the fact that society is catching up. I'm celebrating the fact that we are finally getting to a point where people are going to believe in aliens, because whatever
the government says is real, most of reality is belief. So as long as the government comes out and says UFOs and aliens are real, then the masses will believe it, because we're full of sheeple, right? We're people who just believe what we're fed. And this isn't to hurt anyone's feelings, this isn't to bash anyone, this is to wake people up to the fact that, yes, aliens are real.
However they present it, okay, we are quite literally in a multi-dimensional reality. Do you understand what that means? For example, let's say right now I'm physically where I am, right? I really hope you've seen an Interstellar, and I hope you remember the scene. Where the dad is like in the fifth dimension, looking into the third dimension where his child is, and he can't get to her because he's stuck, because he's in a different realm, he's in a different dimension, because time and space don't exist all in 3D. We are perceiving reality in three-dimensional space: length, width, height, mass. We are perceiving a physical space. That is to say that this is liquid, this is a glass that holds the liquid. But what about the energy that forms this as well? You know what I'm saying? We're not necessarily getting the whole picture with science. And that's why science is scratching their heads. They're starting to realize that, yes, of course there's aliens. There's more to space, time, than we are perceiving. And this has been proven over and over and over and over again, but it just can't be proven with the limited knowledge of scientific data. Science is another word for sorcery. It is a type of magic that we use to measure three-dimensional space, and then we have branches of science that do their own thing. So whether it's biology or micro, whatever, there's branches. It's all a tree. And quantum physics is a branch to this tree. All of reality is factually real based upon the observer. So being able to observe reality is actually proof that something exists, and it actually reacts based upon your observing it. So going back to 5D, okay, remember in Interstellar, the dad's in 5D and he's looking into three-dimensional space. Aliens, fairies, demons, angels,
the beyond,
those that exist outside of limited three-dimensional space can access multiple dimensions. They don't live in a physically dense body necessarily, and if they do, their vibration allows them to physically exist in another dimension. These interdimensional beings have the ability to maneuver multiple dimensions of space, right? So aliens, again, that's anything extraterrestrial, anything outside of physical space, okay? Because when you look at the electromagnetic spectrum, there's a very limited frequency band in which we can perceive. And everything outside of that we know is there, that dark matter and 80% of reality exist, we're only perceiving with the science we have
20% of reality.
That is huge. These strange occurrences that are coming up, and whatever the government's going to say, does not take away from the reality that science is evolving, we're evolving, everything's evolving. And the thing about time is the past, present, and future are a simultaneous event. There's only the moment. So those that live outside of time, the trap, the illusion, can perceive like a ripple through reality, like a rock skipping across a lake. Higher dimensionals, ones that have perceivable, the mind of the being that can perceive beyond three-dimensional space, exist in what we would call the future. But really, instead of the future being forward in time, it's more so higher in consciousness.
It's more so higher in consciousness.
Get what I'm saying?
A being that has a higher elevated consciousness doesn't necessarily mean that future, past, and present are how we measure. You know what I'm saying? Like we're so stuck in this time loop. We're not realizing that it's all energy, frequency, and vibration. We are energy vibrating at a particular frequency. Everything is designed to exist harmoniously. This is a symphony, this is music, this is vibration, this is a perfect mandala of essence. You know what I'm saying? In its purest form, there is no words. Describing God, describing aliens is indescribable. There are not words for this for a reason. There are words for God that just go beyond because of that reason. Because words are barbaric. We have the ability to speak telepathically. We've forgotten this language. We've let it go. We've decided that words make more sense than telepathy, which is utterly ridiculous. But interdimensionals use telepathy. My senses, my intuition, my visions, everything that I understand beyond three-dimensional space tells me that I speak telepathy before English. You know what I'm saying? So how I see it is it's a vibration thing. It's literally a vibration thing. It's music. It's like when you walk in a room and you just know there's a vibe. You know what I'm saying? Can you feel the vibration? There's an energy. We don't need all these words. These words get us lost and trapped and confused and manipulated, and it's just too much. And what's happening is this disclosure is opening the door to society accepting what has always been here. Being able to tap into multiple dimensions is our birthright, is our ability. We are clairvoyant, we are telepathic, we are superhuman. We have been limited in our perceptions because there is power in belief. So what you believe is what you perceive. And if you are believing in something that's not aliens, or that's not superhuman, or that's not what I'm talking about, then it's very difficult to digest. It's very difficult to accept. And what we're facing here is a reality check. Let's say the government comes out and exposes aliens, you know they're gonna do it in a water drippy type of way. They're not gonna be too forthcoming. They do wanna catch this. They wanna be ahead. They wanna be ahead of this beast, because if they're not, then it'll panic society. And it's coming in regardless, because 2020 was the floodgates opening, guys. 2020 was the year that the aliens, the interdimensionals, the higher beings, they weren't playing. They said, you know what, humans,
you're like a baby, making noise, don't know what to do.
If you don't get your life together, I'm coming in strong, and you better get it together. And all of this happened not just because of some humans. The aliens have something to do with this. The mask, it's just ironic. It's ironic how fear-based we are. We're driven by fear. We're so confused. We're so lost. And then we're wondering, you know, what's going to happen with this disclosure? Well, I find it absolutely ironic that in the same time, in the same energy of us wearing these masks and getting to a place where we're in such a fear, low vibrational space, forcing needle injections into humans.
This is sad. Very sad only.
Or else they have to suffocate themselves to go to work every day. It's absolutely baffling. It's absolutely baffling to me that we have been convinced to literally go to work every single day, or school, or wherever, and be suffocating ourselves. Not only suffocating ourselves, but living in fear. Because fear, the vibration of fear, is so negative for your energy. The vibration of fear is trapping us as mental slavery. We're really in a place where we're in fear to breathe oxygen. We're fearful of breathing oxygen. We're fearful of getting dirt on us. Dirt is more organic than alcohol and soap. And when I say organic, I mean it comes directly from nature. The same ingredient that we use to harvest fruits and vegetables, the same organic compound that we need to grow flowers, beautiful vegetation. We are more scared of dirt than we are of rubbing our bodies in alcohol. It's just, we're so backwards. And there's no wonder why we're calling the homeless man on the street that's talking to an invisible being on a regular basis, cheerful and happy about life, we're calling him crazy, but we're the ones that have it all figured out. You guys, it's just time to accept that, you know, we're getting to a place, we're getting to a point where time to take the masks off. It's time to take off the filters. It's time to take off the illusions. It's time to get to a place of truth and stop lying to ourselves and accepting the lies that we're fed. Because we're getting to a point where when the truth comes out, will you understand it? Will you understand truth from lie? Will you understand fact from fiction? There's been evidence of aliens since the dawn of time. There is no confusion here. There is no inability to accept that unless that's what you choose to do. There's a tremendous amount of people that have spoken on this knowledge. You see? I want to encourage people to look beyond the veil. God. I'm not trying to convince anyone of anything besides the truth. Look into it. Start watching some documentaries and listen to people that have experienced this stuff. I can only imagine the government's going to sugarcoat it. You're going to get half the story and a lot of nonsense that you don't even need to listen to. But underneath all of that, underneath all of it, there's a subconscious truth that they're trying to download into your mind. So buckle up and get ready, because it's here. The time is now. Disclosure's coming, revealing We're going to understand why all this is happening. Stay in control of yourself. Don't allow the outside influences and the craze, and take back the reins of our lives. How much control are we going to give away? How much power are we going to give away until we recognize our power, that we have these abilities, that we are connected, that, you know, our higher selves are trying to merge into us so we can be interdimensional, so we can ascend, so we can raise our vibration and become more than this low vibration, dense physical being. That's what I have. Just a little something on that, because that's what I got. My dog has been making so many noises in this video, so if you heard all that, I'm so sorry. She doesn't want to be quiet. And yeah, so I appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. Please comment, like, subscribe. Tell me what you think. Thank you for watching. Bye.